If you found this video, that means that this message is for you. I asked before I hopped on that whatever needs to come through comes through, and we already have a card popping out of the pile, the Nine of Cups, aka the Wish card. This is your theme for 2025. It looks like whatever that goal on your vision board is, whatever that thing you have been manifesting is on the way to you. It literally just flew out of my deck, and things are going to start happening really, really fast for you. This is such a good omen for the next year. But what I always like to point out about the Nine of Cups is that the nines are all about our emotions, not our possessions. So instead of focusing on the physical thing that you desire, can you tap into the feeling of already having it right now? So for example, if your wish was a new career or more money, more abundance, how can you start feeling abundant right now? Could you start making a list of all the things you have overflow of in your life? For example, you might have an overflow of leggings, an overflow of houseplants, an overflow of nail polish. Whatever you feel abundant in, really start appreciating that to call more to you. Or whatever that thing is you desire, identify the feeling and then find ways to feel that way regardless of your external environment, because that's going to help attract it to you even faster. By the way, if we haven't met before, my name is Tara Simone, and I am a life coach for spiritual and creative entrepreneurs. Basically, I help you grow a soul-led, successful business while living a slow, magical life. And you can check out my website below for all the details and ways that we can work together. But here on YouTube, I share a bunch of different things like EFT tap-alongs, meditations. This is actually my first ever tarot reading, so if you're enjoying it, make sure to give it a thumbs up so I know to create more videos like this, as well as some behind the scenes of my own life and some of my favorite hobbies like gardening and crocheting and all the things that make my life feel magical. So if that's what you want to see more of, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future videos. But let's dive into your next card, which will be your biggest lesson of 2025. I am just going to give these a quick shuffle because we didn't get to at the beginning. The deck was so excited to start telling you things, but we are going to pull a card and see what your biggest lesson, your biggest obstacle, your biggest opportunity for growth is this next year. And already, this card in particular is calling out to me. The Two of Swords. Your biggest lesson is letting go of the indecisiveness and finally moving forward. You may be stuck between two paths, two options, two relationships maybe. I'm sure once I said this, something popped in your head. And this is your year of finding clarity and finally choosing which of these swords you are going to go for. And the way you're going to do that is by tapping into your subconscious, your intuition, which is what the moon always represents in the tarot deck. If you don't know how to tap into your intuition, one of my favorite ways is to do body testing. So all you have to do is sit up straight, put a hand over your stomach, a hand over your heart, take a deep breath in. You can literally do this with me right now. So join me taking that deep breath in, letting it go, making sure you're sitting up straight without your back leaning on anything. So you're free to move. And as you ask the question, dear intuition, should I go with option A? And notice if you lean forward, if you get a warm sensation. Sometimes I feel like an expansion across my chest if it's the right answer. Or if that's not the path for you, you may notice yourself leaning back, yourself getting cold, almost constricting, like you're trying to protect yourself. Or maybe even shaking your head no. It's just this gut instinct. So take a second right now to ask yourself, should I go with option A? And should I go with option B? That is one of the simplest ways to tap into your intuition. And I love using this because it's such a clear answer because your body will literally move as if you're a pendulum. Or if you have a pendulum and know how to use one, feel free to tap into that every day to help you decipher all of these different decisions coming your way in 2025. And if you would like to learn even more ways to tap into your intuition so that way you can hear the whisper of your soul and trust its guidance for your life, This masterclass is where you're going to find all the different tips and techniques I have learned and taught my clients, such as that body testing, channeling, visualization. There are so many amazing resources inside of this masterclass, and I will link it down below for you. Let's go ahead though and see what your biggest blessing is of 2025. Now that you are no longer allowing indecisiveness to keep you stuck and you're finally making decisions so that way you can move forward, let's see what it's going to lead to. I have a feeling, the Chariot. This is literally a card of moving forward. And it's a major arcana, meaning that this is going to be a big movement, a big, almost quantum leap, you could say, for your life in 2025. What I love pointing out about the Chariot is notice the black and white sphinxes that are pushing it forward. That's showing us the balance of the masculine and feminine, the balance of the light and shadow, the balance of logic and heart. It's when we can find the harmony between all these things that we actually move forward. Because if you're letting your masculine take over, yes, you're moving forward, but imagine how that would actually go if only one of these horses, one of these sphinxes was actually pulling. You'd lose balance and topple over, you'd go in circles, you're not actually getting anywhere. But when you get both of them to start moving at the same speed, you actually start making progress forward. So I want you to take a little inventory of your life. This is going to be a massive blessing for you, learning how to balance all of these different facets. So one way that I find really helpful in creating balance for your life is called a wheel of life diagram. So you're literally going to draw a circle on a piece of paper and split it into a bunch of different sections as if you're like making a pizza. And then in each section, you are going to write down a different area of your life. So your health, your relationships, your career, your self-care, your spiritual journey, anything that is important to you can get its own sliver in this wheel of life. And then you're going to rate yourself in each category from 1 to 10. 10 being I'm absolutely crushing it and doing amazing in this area, and 1 being there's a lot of improvement to be made. After you go ahead and score each section, I want you to color in the corresponding sliver, approximately how much it is. And by the end of this, you'll have a partly colored wheel. And you'll notice that some sections are colored all the way to the rim, and other sections could use a little bit of help. Now what I want you to do is focus on rounding out the circle throughout the year. Not that everything has to get to a 10 or whatever your highest number is, but everything getting to the same number. So that might be a 6 or a 7, but you'll be more well-rounded and able to move forward by finding this harmony. And one suggestion that I always give to my clients when doing this wheel of life exercise is to take from the areas you have abundance in and try to give that to the areas that you're depleted in. So for example, one of my clients was really depleted in her health area and just felt she didn't have time to work out every day. But in her relationship section, she was at a 10. She was always hanging out with her friends, had time for her boyfriend. That area was thriving. So we found a way to combine the two so that way the health and wellness could elevate just by being in the energy of her relationships. This looked like asking her friends to go to the gym with her, or instead of watching a movie with her boyfriend as a date, they would go for a walk on the beach or a bike ride. And because we combined these two areas, both of them improved and they were able to find more balance by working together. So after doing this exercise, ask yourself that question. What areas of my life can I take from and give to other areas to help have a perfectly well-rounded wheel? And again, this is going to be your biggest blessing in 2025, creating this harmony and balance so that way you can move forward to all of those goals in wherever I put the 9 of Cups. I think I reshuffled them. Silly me. You finding this balance and this harmony and not allowing indecision to slow you down is going to help you get to this 9 of Cups, where all of the things on your vision board, or at least a lot of the things that you are going after because you are craving the emotion you think they'll bring, once you have the balance and get rid of the indecision, these things are going to start coming to you faster and faster. So overall, it looks like 2025 is going to be a fabulous year for you. And I would love to hear how it unfolds. So make sure to subscribe and comment below if this resonated with you, so that way I could check back in on you later. And if you would like a full year ahead reading where we pull a card for every single month of 2025 together, I will leave that linked down in the description below, and you could save $11 off your first reading with the code TarotwithTara. And I'll see you over in a reading, or maybe in this YouTube video right here.